Kimberly-Clark cuts.
Now it's hard to watch them go away.
One of the Fox Valley's largest employers plans to close 2 plants.
Anytime you get hit with 600 jobs, it's an impact on your community.
Leaving the future uncertain for families.
I feel really bad for the people at KC that just found this out.
Tonight, what's fueling the closures and where laid-off workers can get help. And good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Kimberly-Clark announcement is leaving many stunned and disappointed.
We have full team coverage here. Cassandra Duvall live in the newsroom, Shane Gustafson and Matt Jarko live in Neenah. But we begin with Eric Crest live at one of the Kimberly-Clark plants with the very latest tonight. Eric.
About 600 jobs are on the line here in the Fox Valley within the next year and a half. But the mayor of Neenah is optimistic that one of the plants here in town might remain open. Now, being that Kimberly-Clark helped build this community over the last 150 years, the mayor of Neenah hopes Governor Walker will step in and offer the long-standing local employer some incentives to keep the newer Fox Crossing Cold Spring plant open. Now, Mayor Coffert says this whole community will feel the effects if both plants close.
Think of all the suppliers and the people, the supply chain that feeds that mill with products and goods and services, from the vending machines to the laundry equipment to the cleaning to all the other companies, the parts companies, the fabricators. Those are going to be impacted because when a company like that moves out, it has an impact on these other small businesses.
Now, Mayor Coffert says he did reach out to the governor's office today to start the conversation about saving the more modernized plant, but only time will tell whether or not that's possible. Keeping you connected in Neenah, I'm Eric Crest with NBC26.
Eric, beginning our team coverage tonight. Eric, thank you. And the company releasing a statement that says in part, quote, business decisions that impact our employees are among the most difficult ones to make. We don't take such decisions lightly. We remain committed to treating our employees fairly and respectfully, end quote. And here is a look at where the 2 affected locations are. One plant is on Cold Spring Road in Fox Crossing, and the Neenah Nonwovens plant is on Henry Street in Neenah. The announcement today, as you might imagine, is triggering surprise and sadness.
NBC26's Matt Jarko continues our live team coverage with more on the impact on the community.
Stacy, in speaking with residents and business owners today, it is clear that these workers make up an anchor for the Neenah community. And for the one longtime resident, he says that everybody here in Neenah knows somebody who works at Kimberly-Clark, and the impact of these workers, of course, then goes well beyond just the KC facilities. These are shoppers, customers, and friends to the rest of the community. Residents say it will be hard if those people are forced to leave the community to find work. Their loss could send a ripple effect through the rest of the Neenah area and its businesses.
You depend on people working at KC to go ahead and it helps the whole area. So I think it's definitely going to hurt. I feel really bad for the people at KC that just found this out.
And business owners say this announcement really does come as a surprise. They say employees always called KC a great place to work. They say you'd never hear anything bad coming out of this facility. Of course, Kimberly-Clark has such a long history here in the Neenah area. Residents we spoke with say it will be sad to see so many of the employees now enter this time of uncertainty. In Neenah, Matt Jarko, NBC26.
Thank you, Matt. Local lawmakers reacting to the news of the closures today as well.
Governor Walker also weighing in, saying the decision is out of the state's control. NBC26's Cassandra Duvall live in the newsroom with more. Cassandra.
John and Stacy, Governor Walker was in Marinette today at a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new Wisconsin Maritime Center of Excellence. Now, after the event, he spoke about the closures to Kimberly-Clark and the potential loss of 600 jobs. He says that decision is out of the state's hand because the company's decision is international and their marketplace, it's changed.
Obviously, that's frustrating. It's out of our hands. It's not something that in any way has a direct link to Wisconsin in terms of why they did this. This is why they're closing facilities all around the country. If they follow through with this announcement today, that we would be able to help every single person that's affected by this be able to find.
Representative Amanda Stuck, who represents the Appleton and Menasha area, says, quote, "My heart and my thoughts go out to all the workers and families impacted by these mill closures, but thoughts can only get us so far. We need action at the state level to help stop the bleeding in our community." Now, Governor Walker went on to say there are anywhere from 80 to 100,000 jobs open on the state's website, and they would be able to help those who will lose their jobs at Kimberly-Clark. Live in the newsroom, Cassandra Duval, NBC26.
Cassandra, thank you. And help is coming for the more than 600 workers affected by those planned closures.
The Workforce Development Board says some may never actually be without a job. NBC26's Shane Gustafson is live in Menasha now to explain. Shane?
Yeah, John and Stacy, places like the Fox Cities Job Center here in Menasha are just a few of the resources to help those people find new jobs. But some say that process really shouldn't take too long. Now, earlier today, the Bay Area Workforce Development Group said it doesn't expect to see the cuts for at least 18 months. And several other companies in the area, including some in Green Bay, are looking for people with the skill set that these workers have. Adding their experience will likely make them top candidates for the jobs. The group says paper jobs have taken the brunt of the cuts lately, but say it's still a much needed industry. And working with other companies like Appleton Coated has given them an advantage.
But we certainly had employers contacting us who were very interested in doing this. We held a job fair a couple months ago for the Appleton Coated people. We easily brought in about 50 employers with comparable pay and benefits who are looking to hire these individuals.
The Development Board says groups here in the Fox Cities will take the lead when it comes to finding new jobs. The Department of Workforce Development says it plans to meet with each of the affected workers and says the outlook of the paper industry in Wisconsin is still looking strong. We're keeping you connected tonight live in Menasha. Shane Gustafson, NBC26.
Shane, thank you. A lot to take in tonight. For the latest information on the Kimberly-Clark closures, use our mobile app and NBC26.com. We've also posted information on how you can get help if you are an affected employee.
Another round of layoffs also announced today in the Fox Valley.
Yonkers is planning to close at the Fox River Mall, one of 4 locations shutting down in northeast Wisconsin.
NBC26's Max Grossfeld is in Grand Chute with the latest.
Yonkers is the latest to announce it will close stores, meaning about 200 area workers will be out of a job. The store's parent company announced today it will close the stores in Appleton, Fond du Lac, Manitowoc, and Marinette to create a, quote, more productive store footprint, end quote. Shoppers we talked with said they had come down to the store once they had heard it was closing.
I was kind of sad about it just because they always have good deals and it's been here for a while.
Danielle says she'll especially miss the deals on dress clothes. The next stores will close over the next 3 months. Here at the Fox River Mall, management says they're not ready to announce what's next, but says this is an opportunity to bring something new to the area. Keeping you connected in Grand Chute, Max Grossfeld, NBC26.
And here's a look at the 4 locations in northeast Wisconsin that are closing. 63 workers will lose their jobs at the Fox River Mall, Yonkers. The Forest Mall store in Fond du Lac also shutting down, as well as the Manitowoc location in the Lakeshore Edgewater Mall and the Yonkers in Marinette.
We do turn now to other news that is developing. A train carrying members of Congress and their families crashed into a garbage truck. 1 person killed, 6 others hurt in that crash.
The collision happened in Crozet, Virginia, which is just outside of Charlottesville. Mary Maloney has more on the aftermath.
Crash on the tracks. A train carrying dozens of Republican members of Congress hit a dump truck.
We were moving at a pretty rapid pace, and it didn't seem that there was any time for the train to slow down at all. I didn't feel any slowing before the impact.
Several legislators with medical training helped the injured and performed CPR. The president confirmed the driver of the truck was killed.
We don't have a full understanding yet as to what happened, but it was a train hitting a truck going at a pretty good speed, and we'll have a full report as to what. It looks like the driver of the truck was killed, and it's very sad to see that.
The train was taking members of the GOP to their legislative retreat in West Virginia. Among those on board, Speaker Paul Ryan, who tweeted, "We are grateful for the first responders who rushed to the scene, and we pray for the victims and their families. May they all be in our thoughts right now."
It was a pretty rough hit. That's what they all tell me. I spoke to a few of the folks, and they say it was tough.
As the National Transportation Safety Board investigates the deadly crash, the legislators boarded buses and continued on to the conference.
The train accident was a tough one, a tremendous jolt, and they're proceeding to their conference.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
House Speaker Paul Ryan was on that train along with Wisconsin Congressman Glenn Grothman and Sean Duffy.
NBC26's Regina Ahn is live in studio now with more from Congressman Duffy. Regina.
Right, Stacey and John, a spokesperson for Representative Sean Duffy's office says he, his 8 children, and his wife were all on board and are doing fine tonight, along with House Speaker Paul Ryan and Congressman Glenn Grothman, who were all okay tonight as well. Duffy represents parts of central and northern Wisconsin. Here's what a representative for him had to say tonight.
They are all okay, and that they feel fortunate to be feeling okay, but that they were sitting in the back of the train, and even when the train finally stopped, they were able to see the wreckage of the actual truck itself.
Now, Bednar adds Representative Duffy is thankful for everyone's concerns and prayers, and right now there's still a lot of details that are still coming out. Keeping you connected, Regina Ahn, NBC26.
So the investigation continues. Regina, thank you. Still to come here, Fitbit evidence. A judge makes a decision in the Nicole Vanderheiden murder case.
You're connected to NBC26 News at 6 with Stacey Engebretson, John Erickson, Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland, and Sports Director Charlie Sakaitis. NBC26 News at 6, keeping you connected.